215 for 7 by the Black Caps, led by Tim Seifert's aggressive 50. Daryl Mitchell and Glenn Phillips having cameos, and also Devon Conway coming good. Harshit Rana, one more half century to his name.
Not the kind he would have wanted.
Not the kind he would have wanted. We were all saying, could it be an easy chase? Because 200 you chased it in 15 overs. 155 you chased it in 10 overs. However, will it be third time lucky for the Indian team in Vizag? Because 216, somewhere, I don't know, on this particular wicket, seems to be 10 runs short. Because yet again, when New Zealand looked like 230, 240, they lost wickets in heaps in the middle overs. So that's why I think perhaps they are 10 runs under par for the kind of wicket that is there in Vizag. What do you guys think?
I mean, the last match which was played in Vizag, T20I, was incidentally the captaincy debut of one Surya Kumar Yadav. As in 2024, it was a match against Australia. 2023, no.
Immediately 4. After the World Cup, right?
No. The captaincy debut of Sky.
24.
24.
So after Rohit had retired, and that was a match where Inglis had gotten plenty of runs, I remember. Sky was there. He, I think, also had a good knock. They chased down 208 for 2 balls to spare.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years back. 215 is at best a par total, if you ask me. Especially considering that there is expected to be an onset of dew. That's what Sky said. That they'd been practicing and dew set in later on.
See, I mean, again, a lot of people, even before I get to whether India will chase it down or not, I think on the face of it, I did see the kind of reaction that I'm seeing is that people are saying, oh, look at New Zealand, they've finally woken up, they've realized the right way to play T20 cricket. But quite honestly, I don't see it that way. I think the last game may have pushed you into believing that 215 is a good total because they ended up with 155. So with that in mind, this does look like a good total. But let's not forget, 208 also was not good enough. When they got India chased it down in 16 overs, if I'm not mistaken. So they're roughly in the same range of 208.
Yep.
What India has proved in the games that they won is that they almost got 240. That's the range that the Indian team looks at. Or they were on course of getting 300 runs in the last game the way they were batting. So effectively what India has shown you that they are operating somewhere between 240 to 300 runs. That's the area in which the Indian team is comfortable reaching. So with that in mind, 215, and irrespective of the ground or the conditions or the history, I'm not even getting into the finer details, this does seem like a total that India should chase down. Having said that, there is a big difference this time compared to other occasions, where on previous occasions you could be 6 for 2 and you continue to attack, knowing fully well that I will have someone like an Akshar Patel batting at number 8.
Yeah.
Today, if you look at your team, you have, if I'm not mistaken, Harshit Rana
at 7,
coming in at 7. Harshit Rana at 7, who at best, in fact, I must tell you that even when Harshit was at 8, I'd said this is a bit of a weakening of the batting, taking nothing away from Harshit the batter, and that's fine, he did well in ODIs, but it's still not the Akshar Patel level that you desire, where Akshar can even be a top order batter. So when he's at 8, you can just imagine the depth that India carried, which allowed India to just free their arms and not worry about anybody getting out, right? Okay, fine. Next best scenario was, fine, Akshar is gone, you get someone like a Harshit, still okay at number 8. That means you still had a Rinku coming in at 7, so you said fine, comfortable. But now Harshit at 7, Ravi Bishnoi at 8, I'm sorry you do not have that luxury. With that in mind, I'm saying this is a par total. It's a 50-50 game. Otherwise, India's whole batting order, I'm going fully India's favour. India favourites to win. But now, all things in mind, I'm saying, it's not to say India can't win, but for India to win, they need to have the top order perform. India will find it almost impossible to win this game once again if they are 40 for 3 as they have been on certain occasions. 40 for 3 won't be easy.
Yeah, it won't be an easy win.
Because of the batting lineup.
Because of the batting lineup. You're batting essentially till 7 today. And
no, I'm saying 6.
6, yeah.
See, because again, I'm saying Harshit, the T20 batter, is
Still a work in progress.
Yeah.
In ODIs and Test, maybe still a decent bat.
But even in ODIs, as we discussed, he can always at best be a
8.
a person who is aiding somebody else or the support role to somebody
Like
else.
in Indore, Virat.
Correct.
Virat,
But he
yeah.
still needs a big enough batter to go. Imagine what I'm talking about. When Akshar at 8 means still 8, you have batters who single-handedly can win you games. They
Exactly.
don't need to be support cast. There's a big difference there. So I agree that Harshit Rana has batting abilities, but I think at best you can, in a way, even though he still has work to do, in a way the best comparison you can get to is a Shardul Thakur level batting.
Correct.
And that also right now I'd put Shardul ahead because he did it more times than Harshit has. But that's not to say Harshit cannot operate at that level. Then he might reach that level. But then again, if there was a Shardul, I'm not expecting him to win me the game with a bat. On an occasion, play a supporting role and come up with a cameo. But can he win you the game? No. So that's why I'm saying that the big thing is, and as Shivam is also pointing out, now as your batter shot and your X factor. But to be fair, Ishan was the X factor in game number 2.
Yeah.
Game number 3, it was all
28 of 13. That was all Abhishek.
So it was all Abhishek and then Sky when he came down. So he was your X factor in game 2 in that sense.
And also, I don't understand. This is why I'm saying you have a batter on the bench. Shreyas Iyer is on the bench. I understand that your mantra is that we want to give the World Cup bound players game time. But you went. This is the line in the sand you've drawn. That okay, here we'll compromise on not having 8 batters because we want to give everyone in the thing. So we'll compromise and bring in Arshdeep, who was on the bench in the last game, a pure bowler in the place of a pure batter. I was finding that weird.
See, before even getting into Shreyas, the other surprising bit is that what was the need of having so many bowlers where you've resulted in not giving Hardik Pandya and Shivam Dube a single over. Now these are going to be your bowlers that will be bowling in the World Cup as well. You would need to utilize them and you'd want to see them as well. There's no point. Again, if you didn't have 5 decent bowlers, I would agree. But in a scenario where you already have a Hardik and a Dube in your team, do you
want to test the 2022 template all over again?
And also
6 batters, 5 bowlers.
And also, I mean, today, Harshit was clearly struggling, even in the power play. After that first over, you maybe could have taken him off, brought on a Hardik who at least has better control. A, can get you a wicket in the power play. B, could have had an over there. In the middle overs, your spinners were clearly struggling. Bishnoi, even though he got 2 wickets, was 1 run short of completing his own 50. You could have actually gotten a Dube there, given him 1 over just for variety's sake. Neither of your pace bowling all-rounders bowled an over.
Yeah.
That's stunning. I don't understand why.
Which is 6 batters and 5 bowlers. What was that era in the T20I scheme of things? Which is what I was wondering. Am I back in 2022?
Well, to your point about India playing their World Cup squad, Shivam makes an interesting point saying Bishnoi is not part of your
exactly
World Cup squad. So,
exactly.
That also doesn't give any credits to the fact.
If Bishnoi was playing in place of Varun, or Varun was playing in place of Bishnoi, I'd still understand.
Unless you are thinking of having the World Cup squad.
Dear God, why?
No.
In place of a Washi.
No, but
because Washi is not.
Washi, he's the only guy who's not fit. So technically, if you want to get him in,
that is the only difference. In Shreyas' case, Tilak is fit.
He'll be back by Feb 3.
And that is the confirmation you've got. So you know very well that Tilak is coming back. So Shreyas, that in that case doesn't make it. With Bishnoi, you have that in mind, knowing fully well that it's a 50-50 when it comes to Washi and the next best replacement. Because I think India is not going for an all-rounder there. I think they want an out-and-out spinner. So if Bishnoi is that replacement, I guess that's why they want to see him.
Maybe.
But having said that, we were waxing lyricals about Ravi Bishnoi the last game, saying that bad time is recovered, looking good, has sorted his length, all the analysis.
Gone
it's
back
down to business as usual. I see.
1 for 49. I mean, the second most expensive after Harshit Rana in that sense. So yeah, bad day in the office for him. I mean, some deliveries. I mean, Seifert tried to slog on an inside edge, could have easily gone onto the stumps, but it didn't help his cause. And I think too flat, too quick. I mean, average speed will get 100 kmph. Who does that for a spinner?
More than 100. Yeah. He bowls quite
103, 105.
But I think that maybe goes in his favor. I don't think he's the loopy kind of bowler.
Yeah.
Right? I think he needs that extra pace and then the ball to go, because there are not too many variations. We know exactly which way the ball's going to turn. So maybe it's the skiddiness that puts batters into troubles. That's why he needs that pace, I guess.
Which is why I think he didn't follow up on his own words in the press conference last time. In the press conference, he said, I worked on the line, I worked on the lengths.
Yeah.
But
no,
here,
lengths in particular.
the lengths here were way off. That's why Seifert took a liking to him. All the others, he was lucky to get that one wicket that was there. But apart from that, again, shoddy display from him. So,
The chase is going to start. We'll take a couple of comments before we say bye-bye and then join you back for the post-match.
Yeah.
Mr. Wildlife Unlimited says, who says Harshit should be selected over Arshdeep? Anybody said has a understanding of cricket?
Who said Arshit should be selected over
It
Arshdeep?
could be a chat between one of them. Brian Lara says he's playing Bishnoi, sign of Sundar out of
Yeah, that is the thing. That's why he's getting an extended run.
Yeah, but he says, I have an unpopular opinion. Why not Lalit Yadav for Sundar? He is in a good domestic form as well.
I mean, if you need an alternative.
He had a decent IPL last time around. Sai Kishore is my favourite. Don't touch a Ron.
But yeah, with Aksar around, how can he fit in?
No, as a backup, perfectly fine. Why not?
No, I like Sai Kishore. I have never...
I mean, if you want a backup, I'd go Anukul Roy.
I
Did
know.
very well in the
I agree.
S-Mat with both bat and ball.
Yep, correct. It is.
That's correct.
Priyanshu Singh, today the match will be far closer than the second match.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to a super over because India should practice for a super over also. And
There you go, Abhishek gone.
Abhishek gone first ball.
I think, no, you're not reaching a super over.
Oh well, but then the last time India played a super over, it was a double one against Afghanistan in Bengaluru. You got the
Don't
right
remind me
practice
of
for
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you still, I don't know how many super overs you're going to get in this particular edition of the World Cup.
Yeah, Shiv Prasad says, I think India made the right decision with part-time bowlers. New Zealand would have scored 20 more.
Neither Hardik nor Dubey. Hardik definitely is not a part-time bowler.
Yeah. And
Dubey.
but Dubey is also proving slowly and steadily.
Yeah,
He's
he's improved a lot.
bowler.
Yeah.
More than a part-time
Has he
bowler.
grasped the catch?
No,
Oh,
Clean.
clean catch.
Clean as a whistle.
Yeah. The Kiwis don't cheat. Vas is saying, man, you guys are too focused on the result of a dead rubber. Constant bickering.
No, we're analyzing
That's
things.
Yeah,
That's our
exactly
job.
my point.
But Vas, let's make one thing very clear. When Australia won that dead rubber encounter in Rajkot just before the World Cup, it gave them the confidence that they can beat India. So don't ever think that a dead rubber is like, okay, you need not worry too much about it. Anything can happen. Supposing you lose 2 T20Is here, God forbid you lose 2 T20Is here and Thiruvananthapuram. What are you going to do? This combination clearly doesn't work. It's a red flag. So
This combination actually doesn't work.
6-5. I am back in 2021.
Exactly.
Yep. So, Ajib Agarkar, why did Hardik not bowl? I wish we had an
Golden
answer.
question.
Yeah.
By the way, Ticolo says Krunal as replacement. We had taken Krunal's name as well in our earlier analysis when they were looking for replacement for Wachi when we got to know injured. If you check out our dugouts, I think Krunal was the one other name that we did discuss. And
Could be an interesting
good one.
call. Yeah.
But I don't know how his domestic.
He's been playing, but he's been middling.
Middling, yeah.
Baroda.
Yeah.
Been playing.
Okay. Okay, Shivam has a prediction. He says it's Hardik's day with a bat.
He's like GGK. He's like GGK with
I know. He's a big
Sanju.
Hardik fan.
Yeah.
Diljit Dosanjh and
Hardik Pandya.
Give him those two and he's done for life.
Yes.
Not necessarily in that order.
Indeed. So, Surya Kumar Yadav is at 3. Whoa.
Obviously, he'd be at 3. Who else would be at
Still
3?
opener now.
Yeah, he's an opener.
Yeah.
Wow, but it's a good ball from Matt Henry.
Okay, we'll see you. I know lots of questions.
But we'll take them later.
Later, yeah.
Post show.
Indeed.
And
Bye-bye.
For those of you who think that we shouldn't care about the match result, then best not to join the discussion because that's what we're going to talk about, win or lose.
We'll analyze everything.
Indeed. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you for the post-match.